Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everybody around the world. Welcome back to the One Piece video featuring your boy, King. Today, we're going to be diving into a very spicy deck list for OP10 EBO2, in which we're going to be playing around with an off-meta leader, a leader in which people seem to have forgotten. And, you know, I understand. He's kind of passable. I get it. But not everybody and their brother wants to go to a local scene and sweat out with green purple Luffy or what have you, right? Let's be fair. Some people want to come home from work or just have a long weekend, play some local One Piece, and have a good time. King is an off-meta leader, yes, unfortunately, who hasn't seen any support. Heck, Kaido hasn't seen any support for, what, OP01? Let's be honest. We haven't seen any Animal Kingdom pirates that do well in this list for a very long time. King is no exception. We gained access to Queen recently, right? That was our most, I guess, recent searcher that we got out in OP08. That was kind of decent. But this only was utilized technically in King. That's really about it. So, with that being said, this will probably be my final iteration of King going forward until we get some sort of support when it comes to purple and black cards that we can utilize here in this list and do well, that are not Luffy oriented. So for example, you know, Gum Gum Giant, you know, a very strong card. Would love to use this in here, but alas, we are not a Straw Hat type. So until we get some characters or cards that we can utilize in Animal Kingdom Pirates, this will probably be the final build on the channel when it comes to King. Now, I'm sorry, it has to be said, but we are going to be including Onigashima Island. I've tried this deck list, or this deck in general, numerous different times, and I cannot create a King deck that doesn't utilize Onigashima Island. We have to have it. You need to have it. I've done so many different variations. You've done so many different variations. You must see this card. Now, with that being said, let me go ahead and show you my list. It's a little spicy. It's definitely different. It's always going to be different. I love cooking up different lists, but let's get into it. We're going to be utilizing 4 Big Moms, 3 Jacks, 1 Kaido, and 3 Kuzan. That's going to be our top end. Your Big Mom will be what gets you through the late game. This will allow you to make it to late game by healing, by removing powerful bodies on board that you couldn't often do. Big Mom allows you to do that. Very strong card in this deck list for numerous different reasons. In my previous King video for OP08, when I did the full breakdown, Big Mom was also included. Very powerful card here for this deck. This also allows you to do a lot more than you might think. If you haven't utilized Big Mom in a King list, start. Very strong card. Now, I've changed this list drastically from the last time we have seen it because we lost some key pieces here when it comes to Ice Age, when it comes to removal. There's no more Ice Age. It makes it a lot harder for us to just pick and choose what we want to get rid of off board. So for example, you drop an Ice Age to play a Big Mom, you're removing anything in the game. Now, we can't do that because Ice Age is banned. Who would have thought, right? So instead, we're playing around with Tempest Kick. This is not Rob Lucci, okay? We don't get a lot of cards in trash very quickly. This often does come up occasionally, but it also allows you to draw that +1 card, which typically can be a Big Mom or a Laboon, something that you guys can utilize for that turn. This is what this is normally used for. Having this off trigger also helps out when you need to remove it to Shigi, for example, right? That's really about it. It's to die for. This is just something I'm playing around with. This is not like the final variant of my King. I will show you guys what that is real quick after we talk about this list. But in any case, we're going to be running with 4 Kamazo. You're going to need to see this card at least once or twice every single game. And we're not talking about just a 2K counter. This needs to be played on board to utilize some of your abilities here. So for example, if you guys have a Laboon on board, right? You activate the ability, you -4. Before you end the turn, you activate King's ability, you -2 Dawn. You draw a card, you give -2 to something else. As soon as you -Dawn for whatever reason, you can pop a character on your opponent's side of the board with 2 costs or less. You don't get to choose when you activate this. It automatically, there is no, well, maybe if I do it now, I can't kill anything, but if I do it now, then I can kill something. The moment you minus Dawn, this ability is triggered. Alright, it says when you return Dawn. So when you're at your local scene and someone tries to, who might be playing King or utilizing a Kamazo, it's the moment that Dawn is minused, this effect triggers. Alright, so for example, if Kamazo is on board and I drop a Linlin on play, you have to minus Dawn. So you have to do that before you activate your King's Leader ability to -2 to something, then you can pop something with Kamazo. You won't be able to do that interaction. If you have a Laboon on board first, you can -4 with this, then drop the Linlin, then Kamazo can proc. Very, very good. In any case, our late game pieces with the Kuzan, with the Jacks, this is going to go straight forward. Going into the current metagame, this is very, very good. Rob Lucci is utilizing this. Perona can utilize this. Very strong card right now to be able to remove everything else on the board. And not a lot of decks have answers to Kuzan, unless you're playing blue with the Red Rock, or you're playing Rob Lucci, and you have the numerous ways of popping things. But again, without the Ice Ages, characters that cost 10 are a little bit more difficult to just remove unless you are playing a heavy removal deck. So typically I'm able to stick a Kuzan on board, and my opponent cannot interact with it most of the time. So having this with a Kamazo on the field, you -2 to something, this kills 7 cost for free, which is great. Of course, we are also going to be utilizing the Brook. We need to find some other means of getting a cost reduction, considering we can't utilize the Ice Age. This also is cheated out with the Rebecca, so often not, you're able to have Brook down in the early game to be able to just give something a -1, use King's ability, pop something with Kamazo. You have numerous ways of removing something that are on board. Half of the time, at least with this list. The Rebecca, the Sabo, this is going to be a staple for this deck. This allows you to draw into your big bodies in the late game, or just to hold out an extra turn to play down another Big Mom to heal up. It's very, very good. The Rebecca allows you to get the Brook or the Hina from your hand to play on board for free. And speaking of Hina, we're only utilizing one Hina in the list. I'm thinking about cutting it out, but it does come up occasionally. It is just the one though. You can cut it out and you probably won't notice a difference, but it's there just for that opportunity of if you need that extra -4, right? The other opportunity, or sorry, the other replacement for this, we'll get into it in a moment. Shirahoshi, very strong card in this deck list. So for example, I'll give you an example here. If you're on 7 Dawn, if you already have a Laboon on board, perhaps, right? Let's just say you might have a Laboon on board. Or if you don't have a Laboon on board, let's say you have a Brook in hand, you draw into a Shirahoshi, you play down the Shirahoshi, you give something -4, you play down the Brook, you pop it. So on that ideal turn, where if you started the game off with Onigashima Island, right? You get the ramp up, you're doing great, okay? You have an opportunity of playing the Shirahoshi down into the Brook to pop the Cavendish. On play, on curve, very good. Overall, pretty solid card. Another blocker that you can get back from the trash with the Rebecca. Helps you out. The Jack doesn't need an explanation. If you guys are able to get Laboon down early, you have the Laboon into the Jack on curve, which helps you pop a lot of characters on board, let alone he's very difficult to remove, and your opponent kind of has to attack over him, which is fine. Kind of acts as a pseudo blocker for you. So, it works out. The other opportunity here is the brand new event that we got from EBO2, which allows us to search for anything in our deck that's a 4 cost or more. So this gives you your Kuzan. This gives you your Jack, your Linlin. Now you may argue, so hear me out though. You may argue that we have the 1 cost searcher event that allows you to find, the Linlin, the Jack, the Kaido. We already have that searcher, right? It's this one right here. The downside to this, the only downside to this, you're bottom decking your Kuzans, your Laboons, your Sabos, your Brooks. That's really, really difficult to come back, especially when you might see 2 or 3 Laboons in a search, or you might see a Rebecca or a Sabo in the search. You can't really draw those now, can you? And it does happen more often than you might think. But this right here typically does replace It's to Die For. This is just something spicy I'm playing around with here for the video. Of course, I don't really expect anything of this. Typically, when I'm running this here. This is what the final variation of the king list will be. Just, it's the die for something else if I don't see an Onigashima Island, or if I get one of these off trigger in the early game. If I have Onigashima Island up early, the ramp is pretty crazy. But this is what I would say I would typically go with if I'm taking this out to a local event or like what have you. Very, very strong list here. Unfortunately, King, again, off meta, has his own problems. Aggro, we are not favored into it. Okay, so the whole Marco with the zoo animals, it's not a fun time. The whole Zoro with the zoo animals, it's just not a fun time. You can deal with Doflamingo, Blue Dofi, no problem. But being able to cheat out all of these bodies in the early game makes this deck not that great, because we are a late game monster. If we can't survive, we just can't win. Overall, let's dive into a bunch of games today. See you guys in a split second. Let's go. Speaking of Doflamingo, let's go ahead. Let's do it. Let's do the best that I possibly can do here in this matchup as King, going into OP10 EBO2. Unfortunately, Doflamingo isn't as strong as he once was without the Jinbei. Mind you, with the Jinbei, we were still able to crank out wins in this matchup with the Big Mom. You know, I have numerous videos of that here with King, whether it's at locals, whether it's at just on sim. The deck can compete with Doflamingo here. It's just the other aggro decks. You got yourself the Bello Betty, who's doing really well. Zoro, Marco can utilize the zoo. It's very difficult for King to survive in those matchups that are super low to the ground. If it's a battle with top ends, we can do that to some level. Shanks is very tough. Shanks is pretty tough. The green-purple Luffy is pretty challenging to deal with. You can win, but it's a struggle most of the time. Anyway, we're gonna dive into this matchup, see what we can cook up here. Who's who off the rip? Let's pop the Teach. I kind of feel bad, but at the same time, I don't. So we get the Onigashima Island here as well. So in these type of matchups here with King, I'm never going life against Blue Doflamingo. Just never gonna happen. We're clearing board. We're trying to get cards out of hand as best as possible. We're a late game, so as long as we can survive into the late game with our big bodies, we're chilling 9 out of 10. Because you know Doflamingo doesn't have any rush characters that he utilizes in his list, so it's not really a problem. The downside to it is he does utilize some things like Gravity Blade and Red Rock in most lists, so I have to be a little bit mindful on how we play this, and kind of got to space out my blockers from time to time, but we should be fine. I'm sorry if you guys can hear children outside. You know, they exist. I apologize. Sometimes they're a little loud. It is what it is. It's a nice day today. Anyway, there's another Kuzan. That's not what I want to see. We got a Laboon here as well. This is looking pretty rough. At least our hand is. We got rid of the Teach, though, so that's the positive thing. I do think he's going to try to bounce back the Law to hand to do other shenanigans. So it's probably better for me to get down the Laboon, and we'll go ahead and use the ability to minus for the Law here, and then play down a Brook and pop that. The Boa I don't really care about too much. I just want to get rid of the Law. Because often not, he plays another Law, and he bounces back Sengoku or that Law or what have you, to just continue the chain. And I don't want that, because it allows him to draw more cards. What did he... Okay, he got a Teach. Okay, that's fair. So we got Teach off the Sengoku. I totally forgot. So there's that. We have a Kamizo as well. Oh, actually, we'll go up to 10 next turn. Yeah. So we have options to drop Kuzan here. Just gotta be a little bit mindful, right? 7 here. I'd rather guard and force him to smack this with Doflamingo. I know he's gonna kill it anyway, but it saves me from taking extra life. Yes, we lose our Shirahoshi, which can be very valuable here, but we have the Laboon on board right now, which he has to clear. There's no way around it. If we play Kuzan next turn, we can pop whatever he throws on board here, smack with Brook, kill the Teach, and then we're chilling. At least, you know, I'm hoping so. Okay, all right. Oh, we get a Jack too. Jack's pretty good here. We don't have... This could be done like numerous different ways. We could brook. We could don up the brook, go 5 into the Mihawk, right? We could do that. But let's go ahead and start here first. If he wants to give me the law blocker, that's great. But I'd rather get a card out of hand here. Okay, cool. Never mind, that works. Maybe he thought we were going to attack with brook just to pop that. Little does he know. That's not the plan at all. So if I play Mom here, he just heals up to 6 life. I'm not necessarily in any danger. I have to remove this board as quickly as possible. The Kuzan allows me to clear 2 bodies. At least this turn. I don't get the extra Dawn, unfortunately, but we can go 4 here. Give him an opportunity of attacking into the brook, because he has to clear it. We can use our ability. Draw a free card. Another Kamizo. It's awesome. Right back up. Pass it over. So he has to clear brook off board. If he's got a red rock here, great. But he still has to clear the brook. And at this point, we don't need the brook to survive on board. We need the Kuzan on board for at least a turn, because that way we can get down Kamizo and then start minusing Dawn and killing things for free. Because everything by that point will be -5 with the Kuzan. So did he draw red rock? Doesn't look like it. Love to see it. He probably found it and he has to organize. I hope not, because if Kuzan could survive at least for a turn or 2, we're chilling. Because at this point, we just need to find blockers on board. Go ahead. What you get? A Weevil? Oh. Okay. Sure. No effect is crazy. I see. He wants to pressure me. We get another Big Mom. That's actually really good. There's the Rebecca. So we get a blocker here, which is nice. I think this has to come down here. But let's go 5 here. Let's clear the ones that we know we can get rid of. And then we can run Kuzan into the other one. Perhaps. Or get rid of the Boa. Drop this on board. We have 5 cards in hand. Let's do the thing. We'll draw 1, because we don't need to do anything else here. We'll pop that. 6 left. Which is nice. That way we're able to get down the Rebecca on board. We'll clear this. Play the Rebecca. We'll get back... Ooh. We'll get back a 2k counter? Or actually it doesn't really matter here, does it? Because we already have a blocker in hand. If we take... We don't need the brook either, though, huh? But you never know. This is free. Ramp up. Pass. This way, if he does remove the Kuzan here, we still have the brook on board. So we have another means of having something down to get the minus cost reduction. It's not much. See, there's red rock. And that's fine. That's okay. Because now we can play Big Mom for free here. Or we can play Kuzan back down, which is probably the better play. Because he only can do 1 damage to us next turn, actually. But let's go ahead and heal. I think this is a better opportunity. Because we don't have to heal him here anyway. So we can trash Jack, gain life, do nothing with that. We'll do our ability. Get the draw, another brook. 6, 7. Ramp up back to 8. We'll go 5. No, we won't. Pass. We'll go 6 lead. Nice. I'm not sure why he didn't want cards there, but okay. I think I would have taken the hit just to get more, more hand size. Because he definitely is in not a good position right now. He's gonna blind. Love to see it. Spins 2. He's got 6 left. That's math, right? Yeah, 6 left. Okay, never mind. Goes 8. There's a teach. Wouldn't you have liked to have that originally? That'd been crazy. What do we get, boys? Another Laboon. Okay. There's a Jack. Probably bounces the brook here. Yep. Ooh, man, we get the Kaido here as well. Because if we play the Kaido, we trash the Jozu, and then he discards. That sounds pretty filthy, doesn't it? Because we already know he has Teach in hand. My other option is we just play the Kuzan here. Or we play Big Mom to heal him. Yeah, put him at 6 life. We remove the Jozu. But the Kaido seems like the play. Unfortunately, we have to get rid of a counter card in hand. Yeah, this is probably better. What do you want to throw away, team? Brook? Is Brook okay? Or throw away the Laboon? Because he knows we have the Brook. So that's information, right? The Laboon we don't really need here either because we have the Kuzan. Just being able to slap down 2 Brooks would be pretty dirty. And this is where he struggles. Just because he has to discard probably the Teach. But if he discards the Teach, he can't activate his leader ability without being blind. And throwing away the other card already gives me the information on what he has in hand, outside of the card he's going to draw this turn. There's no doubt he wouldn't play Teach on board and then have one card left. So there's the Teach. You love to see it. We'll go 6 face. Go 9 face. And then we'll start. No, I can't even do our ability right now. Unfortunate. I'll pass it over here. I don't want to attack here with Kami's though, because that just gives him an opportunity of clearing it right now. And I don't have Kuzan on board just yet. Or the Laboon, for example. I'd rather him go all into Big Mom and then play down a blocker, if that's something he wants to do. I'm totally okay with that. Alright. So gets the rest of Dawn. He can swing 6 into face, and then activate his leader ability. Okay. Sure. Okay, never mind. He's just going for it. Yep, he's going for it. 8 lead. We have to guard this, unfortunately. It's double Brook. Feels bad, man. There's a Jack. Our hand's not looking the best. I mean, again, we have the Mom. The Mom allows us to sustain here in this matchup. If we play Kuzan, we're pretty much cooked, right? Because he has 2 attackers on board. But, yeah, because if we play the Kuzan, we kill one, then we -2 Dawn, and then we kill the other one with our Kamizo. So it doesn't really matter here. He only can do 1 damage next turn. If we play Big Mom, if we play Kuzan. But if we play the Mom, we can only kill 1 target, but we heal a life. Because we can't kill 2 here. Because we have to activate our ability first, and then Kamizo is not going to kill anything with the proc. But it's okay, it's fine, because we're at 2 life. We'll give him that security blanket for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Because we're going to beat him down this turn anyway. He's going to get a lot of cards in hand. Which is okay. Because he has to either take the hits or give me the blocker. I think he'll probably just let them all go. Yep. Sure. We'll go back to 10 next turn. And I'm pretty sure we'll win this game. We'll win this turn. Remember, we started this on 1 life pretty much, didn't we? We gave Dofi 6. You know, we definitely starved him like you're supposed to. You know, you shouldn't be going for face and if they have board on the board. Or sorry, a field on the board. But this matchup can be very, very tricky if you guys are attacking face early with King instead of going for the removal. And I think that's where most people mess up with this deck. They're just willy-nilly using leader ability just to draw an extra card or trying to kill something in the early game before they hit up the 10 Dawn. Before you guys can make it to late game, you know? You gotta wait till late game before you start activating your ability in most cases here with this deck list. The moment we decided to go face early, we lost the game. Because it gives him cards in hands, whereas more bodies on board, which we can't contend with until we get to the late game. So you have to get cards out of hand as quickly as possible, or as often as you can. Because I think now he's in a situation where he probably knows he can't kill me here. And without throwing other blockers on board, it probably won't matter. Because we do have the means of winning next turn with the Kuzan. So if he plays down another Boa blocker here, for example, we have the Kuzan to pop one. We use our leader ability to pop the other one. He's got no counter in life. Speaking of which, so there's a law blocker. He should already know that all we have to do is minus something, and then we can pop the law. Or we can pop the Boa, actually. -2, give that -2. Okay. I assume leader skill this time around. Because previously he was trying to get me to 0 as quickly as possible. That's really all it takes for him. Definitely we haven't seen very many blockers, right? So we got us to 0 life. He might have been doing much better here. There's a buggy. Yeah, this game's over then. Alright, we'll take the jack. I'm guessing he didn't get anything out of the top 5, which makes sense at this point. Right, thank you. Tempest kick. Sorry, buddy. Pop this. We'll do our thing. We'll draw a free card. We'll pop that. And, good game. That's a scary board, isn't it? Real scary board. My man's stalling right now. It's crazy. No, he doesn't have enough counter. Alright, stop it. Thank you. Good game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, rapid fire. Coming at you guys with another matchup with King playing into Vegapunk here. In which we don't have Onigashi Island. Which kind of sucks. Ooh, boy. This is rough. We're taking the Kaido, though. I'd rather have the big body here than the Shirahoshi in this situation. Just in case. Because we can get back a Shirahoshi from trash later if need be. And the Kaido allows us to kill anything on board. As long as we have a cost reduction. So, I think starving Vegapunk is the way we're going to be playing this matchup. I'm never going to be attacking life. I want him to get me down to at least match his. That way we can at least try to kill Atlas. Ooh, man. If only, right? If only. We'll take the Kamizo. If only we could have grabbed the island there. But it's okay. It's fine. It'll be alright, I think, in this matchup, because Vegapunk can't swing, so there's a little leeway there. Sure. Hey, yo, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. That's fine. That works out. It's actually really good for us. Get the little ramp up here. 2 bodies on board. I don't want to swing. I don't want to swing. I know it seems weird. Just let me cook, okay? Let me cook. The moment I attack and he gets another body on board, we're in trouble. Definitely in trouble. Okay, Shaka. So now I have to play around that. Sure. Why didn't you go 9 here and 7? A little weird, but okay. Right, 9 and 7 would have made more sense, wouldn't it? But alright, fair. Okay. Now we're at 7 Dawn. We're on 2 life, so now we can kill the Atlas if need be. Just gotta figure out how we can do this successfully. Because we play Brook here, we give this minus, we play the Brook down, we pop this. Or sorry, we play the Shirahoshi down, give this minus, play Brook down, pop that. Ramp up. We'll pass. I don't want him to play Shaka just yet. I have no means of, getting rid of it. If he wants to heal up, that's great. Because then we can get rid of the 5-drop on board here. Okay, never mind. There's S-Snake. Going 12 again. That's fine. Another Searcher. And we get the Kuzan. This game is going to be crazy. Jack. Our hand is awful, by the way, but this will work. We can actually get rid of this and they can't do anything about it, which is awesome. If only we can swing with Brook, we can pop the S-Snake as well. We'll pass it. Because we just go 4K, pop S-Snake pass turn, and we have 1 blocker on board, so we're chilling. Our hand, though, is pretty bad. Definitely pretty bad. But I think we can survive here because we have the Big Mom to heal up again if need be. I just have to be mindful of, I guess, a 5-cost rush ace, but he can't utilize that either because he's at 3 life. So, there's 12. We get a Brook. I'm safe, man. He can't swing with Leader here. He can't attack with Lilith this turn. It's all good. Brook's gonna kill anything on board, which is nice. Pop this. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? It's just so good. There's the Kuzan. He just stays here, man. We have to heal this turn. This can go to the bottom of life, I guess. Doesn't really matter at this point. Get rid of the Jack. We'll heal up. I mean, we could put it on top too, but bottom really makes sense because that way he can't have a 0-cost event down there. If he's utilizing those, you know? And I still don't want to go face just yet. Yeah, I forgot to use Island. It's fine. We're at 8 Dawn. It's okay. It won't be a big deal. We're not 8 Dawn. Sorry, we're at 9 Dawn. 5 in hand here. What do you think he has to do here? Yamato, maybe? Plays Yami if he's utilizing Yamato. Plays Rush Ace just to heal up. I don't necessarily know what he's gonna do against this board. Because we've only seen one Shaka blocker, right? We haven't seen the new Vegapunk card yet either, which is nice. I assume he's got it here somewhere. Oh, there is a Yamato. But why would he play that? Because you're just going to be killing the Shirahoshi. Unless you're getting rid of Brook here. Okay, fair. That feels bad, man. Because that Yamato is a 4-cost. So, Shirahoshi can't attack. Interesting. I'm thinking he wants me to swing here. He didn't want to put it on a Big Mom or Kuzan. He wants me to swing with these two characters. That way he can gain the Shaka blocker on board. And you know what? That wouldn't be so bad, would it? Because we have the Kamizo and the Brook in hand here. We have numerous ways of dealing with the board. We can also throw down the Jack and the Brook. And do it that way. But I think having Kamizo might be a little bit more beneficial to us right now. So I cannot get rid of the S-Snake unless we have A or B on board here. Has to be Brook or Kamizo, or spend 7 for the Jack. Jack allows us to filter, because our hand's pretty bad right now. We can get rid of the Hina, or the 1-cost Tempest. I'd rather get rid of the Hina here. We can get that back later, if need be. We shouldn't have to, because we have Kuzan on board. I can't pop this. I wish I could. So we'll get rid of that. And I'm pretty sure we messed up this just now. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we messed up. Because we only have 7 in trash. So that is unfortunate. I mean, it's alright. It's okay for Yamato to stay alive at least one turn. That's fine. I don't know why I did that. Doesn't really matter. If we play Brook, we can't pop it. But it's just the other body on board here, because he can't kill us next turn anyway. That's fine, right? Yeah, he can't kill us next turn. So we're chilling. We'll do this. I have an idea. Let me cook. Okay, alright. See, now we do the thing. So, it kind of turned the mess up a little bit better, right? Because we kill the blocker. We still leave him at 3 life. Which, he can't get an ace down to, you know, to do things. He can't play a 5-cost ace or rush me. I think we're fine in that regard. Luffy, sure. Luffy's on board. Unfortunately, he's not at 2 life, so he can't pop anything with activate main here, so I'm not worried about that. Yep. Probably into Jack. Definitely go Jack. Thank you. 13. Do we care about this? I don't necessarily think we care about this. We don't really need him, do we? If we let it go, we can let it go, because we have Kamizo here. I'd rather not get rid of my whole hand. Heal up. Go back to 4. Okay, please save me event. And we get another Jack, unfortunate. I mean, it's not bad, but we don't need it, you know? He wants me to trigger that for him. In which I may be crazy enough just to do it. Because I think this way we can remove a lot of his bodies on board here. If we go 10 into the Yamato, he has to give me his hand. Instead of going for face. Yep. We can do it again. We'll go 9 here as well. Make the choice. Okay. 0 cards in hand. And now we just have to play the removal game. That's all we got to do here. We have the blocker on board. We play the Jack down. We get the draw. The recycle. Yep. Ooh. Interesting. We'll pop this. We're at 3. If only, man. If only. I cannot pop the Yamato right now. I think we could have earlier, just not now. Now with the Brook we can. Pop. See, how was that, team? How was that? Sometimes the turtle wins the race, right? We're playing this game quite slow, not going for face at all, unless we absolutely have to or have the means of clearing the body on board. Vegapunk's got 1 card in hand, he has to heal up. And that gets to be played for free, but he can't activate the effect because he's not at 2 life or less. So, if he plays it on board, we can just pop it for free without the card triggering the ability, because he's at 4 life. So we get to pop that, we trash this, draw a free card. If we go 9 here, he gets another body on board, which we can clear immediately with the Brook and Kuzan. It doesn't really matter what he throws here. Okay. Oh, forgot about S-Snake. That's my bad. I mean, we have another Brook in hand, right? We just play down another Jack as well. Jack would cycle probably Brook, which is not great. So, we'll just do this instead. Pop that for free. I guess we go 10 to face. Get another body, please. Please place... Darn. I was hoping. Because that would have been awesome. You play something else on board, it's -5. We do King's ability, make it -2. Play down Brook, pop it. Whatever it is, you know. End turn. It's pretty good, man. We're doing pretty good. And it seems like this Vegapunk is not just low to the ground. He's also utilizing the, you know, the 9-drop Yamato. So I would assume he has a playset of this as well. Which is okay. It's just, I also haven't seen any of the Vegapunks yet. Yamato, speaking of which. Can't heal, though. There's a Nami. So Nami pops the Shirahoshi. But he also has no cards in hand here. So he can't trash a trigger for the Nami effect this turn. So let's go ahead and kill the Yamato. We have a way to do it. That's 7, 8, 9. But we'd have to drop the Kamizo on board here, right? We play Kamizo down, we use our leader ability, we do it that way. Or we find a Laboon. No Laboon. Okay. That does suck. Rebecca's pretty useful. Having a 2K is probably better here. So we'll do it that way. We're at 8 Dawn. Doesn't necessarily matter if we give him the card. So we'll go ahead and do this. We'll rest the Jack. Okay. We'll toss our Jack here. Pop this. Now I could abuse him for free. Because if I save Kamizo for something he decides to get, you know, play on board off the trigger, we're chilling. Nami can't do anything, so I don't have to worry about that. We go 9 here. Does he get a body? He gets a body. There's a Lilith. I can put him to 0 life this turn as well. Which is probably better for us to do anyway. He's just going to heal up anyhow. Yep. Sure. Now this would be really filthy if we play down 2 Kamizos this turn. Oh, actually, never mind. I can't do that. That's my bad. Because I forgot. We already used our leader ability with King. So we can't play Kamizo down to use our ability to pop both of these. I wish we could, but we can't. So we're going to have to play another blocker down just in case. Ooh. Yeah. We get the Brook. If we take the Brook, we clear the Big Mom? Right? I think we'd have to clear the Big Mom. Because Jack's pretty valuable here with a Kuzan on board. Pop this. See, it works out. That's pretty good. We have 2 blockers down. He's got 1 body up. He only can swing at me 1 time next turn. Unless he has Rush Ace, 10 drop, or the 5 cost Ace. We have double blocker on board, so I think we're alright. He does have the Nami. So he gets to play Nami down for free, pop something, or pop one of our blockers, draw an extra card. But that's 5 Dawn there, right? So you only have enough for Rush Ace. Because that would be a 5k swing, and then a 7k swing. And it's not enough to take us out here. At least with our hand. Clearing something, I'd imagine. Doesn't really matter because we have blockers here, so. Into the Brook. That's rude. Okay. I forgot that gets 3 stand with the stage. Good game, man. Well played. Unfortunately, this is a very, very tough matchup. Like, it shouldn't be this difficult. He doesn't run the Tashigis or anything, but it is. It's a very difficult matchup. And I think it's because just the amount of ramp that he can get, he gets a lot of big bodies down on board, and if I don't see the pieces I need, we just fall apart. We can definitely do it. We can win the game. It's just, if you don't see the pieces, it feels really bad. And I think it's because Luffy has, what, like 8 searchers? 4 Zoros, 4 Namis, and then plus the events, right? So technically he can go up to like 12, if not a little bit more. We don't have that many. We've got the new event from EBO2 or the previous event for the 1-drop that we can utilize for searchers. And what we're looking for is typically like late game big body pieces, in which we gotta kind of survive the onslaught of bodies on board here. Sangoro, interesting. I don't see a lot of this running Sangoro here in this deck. Yep, there's Sanji P. Sure. So I'd imagine he's going to give that +2. Which doesn't really matter for us next turn. Okay, never mind. Now it's a problem. You're cool. Dang, man. We're at 7. 6 lead. Oof, this is rough. It really is. Because we're not able to kill that unless we play Jack this turn. Because we go up to 9. If we drop the Jack here, we basically go back to 9 Dawn the following turn. But if we play the Big Mom, we still go up to 10. Which is fine. We'll put this on bottom of life. And then I can't swing. You know? Isn't that great? Win the turn. I mean, he can't use his Robin ability. Oh, I forgot about that. It's another searcher. So, there you go. Was it like 16? That's crazy. That's 4. Okay. Does he have another Sanji P? He probably has one now. Speaking of searchers. Zoro comes down. And what does Zoro get? Another Zoro. Cool. 8 to the whale. Yep. You got it. We need to establish Kuzan it. I guess we have no choice. So I guess we're establishing Kuzan. We'll pop that. We'll draw something good here. Yes? Don't need it. Ramp back up. We either poke, give him a free card, we pass turn. If we swing with Big Mom, we have no way of countering. So we'll just go 5 with lead. If he wants to take the hit, great. Alright, we'll pass. Because if we swing here, he kills it. It is what it is. Yep. Another blocker. Onami. Interesting. So he's running Sangoro, Onami. Yep. Trashing. Yeah, so he trashed the Zorodra. Okay. He's probably got like 3 giants in hand, if I had to guess. The man is just hoarding them. Because we haven't really been attacking face. We've been trying to clear board and establishing big bodies, which makes this deck very, very difficult to get through. If we're able to have like the Kuzan on board with the big moms. Luffy can't really do a whole lot about that because he has no removal. Oh, now you're just poking. And we actually have to take the hit. That sucks. Because all we've seen is top in. Just all top in. Why? Jacks here. We have 2 jacks in hand. We'll play 1 down. We'll pop the Nami. Get a Sabo. That's cool, actually. Because now we can play Brook down and pop something else on board as well. We'll clear this. I guess we'll get rid of the Robin. I mean, we have to, right? Eventually. Yep. What do you find? The Rush Luffy? Of course you do. You're cool. But yeah, he got it, he got it. Alright, we'll go 9. Would you like another, sir? That he would. That he would. Nope, Sanji P. Alright. Got 6 in hand. We can't use our skill here. Unfortunate. But he has Rush Luffy and Sanji P. So he does have means of clearing the Jack this turn, or the Big Mom. Plays Luffy down, Don's up, swings into it. We don't have any counter in hand right now. And I feel like we high rolled, definitely, and there's not really much else that we're going to be able to do. If we don't survive, we just lose the game. So that's 3 Jacks, 2 Kuzans. That is crazy. And then 2 Onigashima Islands here. With 2 Searchers. Like, typically these are cards you want to see, but in the early game, give me a break sometimes. Alright, Luffy, what are you doing, man? You struggling over there. Okay. Unfortunate. I mean, it is what it is. If we find another Luffy, we find another Luffy. You know, we were playing against another green deck here, so I mean, this one has access to Shigi, so it's probably going to be a lot worse, but if we find another Luffy, we'll try it again. I just feel the matchup is pretty challenging. Like, we had board control there, and it really just takes a couple Luffys for him to restand and just smack into our bodies. As King, of course, we don't have that many 2K counters. We typically run anywhere between like 8 to 12 at most. And with a hand size like that, where you just saw big body after big body, I mean, that might tell you a little bit. We're kind of bricked up, especially when we had to take the 6K swing off the Nami. Yeah, kind of bricked up there. Bonnie, you alright? You chilling? What are we doing here? Okay. Awesome. Sure. Gets the search off. Finds Rouge. Great. Ooh. Do we care about this? Not really, but... Ooh, we get the stage. Let's go, boys. Alright, so we'll clear this. Sir? What are you doing? Thankfully, through the power of editing, you guys won't have to watch that. There was like a long pause there for some reason. I guess he was contemplating on saving the Jewelry Bonnie from a 6K swing. I don't know, but if I hated waited through it, I know you guys would too. So thankfully, we can edit that out. Either way. This is where you drop down Cavendish. Yep. 6 lead. I don't want to go down the 2 here. 1 Don open, sure. Now we drop down the Shirahoshi. And we play Brook just to pop this for free. We'll go 5 first, of course. Otherwise, we're going to rest our blocker, probably. Or, I guess they would probably rest the Brook, right? I'll take that 2K, sure. We'll pop that. Play Brook down, get rid of this. It's so good. Now we're at 8 Don. with no big bodies in sight. Unlike last game. But at least we do have the Sabo and the Rebecca, so we can actually search out or start digging if we need to. I think playing that down right now in the early game is probably not the best bet, but we could. We could. Okay, well, Brooke doesn't get to live, nor the Shirahoshi. Yep. You're cool. Sure. Pseudo blockers. We got there. Ooh, man. So what's our play? We Laboon, and then into the Kamazo. Right? We Laboon, Kamazo. Minus the Dawn. Give the Hody -2. Pop that. I mean, that's our really only action to clear this one. Because we're at 10 Dawn. We go to 8. Which is fine. Yeah, this'll work, this'll work. And we don't have to worry about attacking first because there's no Dawn up. -2 here. Pop. That was pretty good. That felt real good too. Ramp back up. 7 lead. Do it again. Play Hody down. I dare you. Please don't. Please don't do that. Because then they just clear board again, unfortunately. We get a Tashigi. And a carrot. So that tells me they have a Hody or another carrot in hand, because otherwise you just play the carrot down to freeze the Laboon. That way it can't do things with the Kamazo here. Because they're at 9 Dawn. They had Hody. It's going to be one of those games, boys, where Bonnie just got the answers. I guess we protect this, right? I think we have to. Because then that Hody will swing into it. And if we need to, we can get back another Laboon from the trash. Or the Sabo back with the Rebecca. And this way, Hody will clear the Laboon here. There's no way they leave it up. Yep. And we still have a way of removing the Hody Jones here. Ooh. I mean, we just play Kuzan instead then. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, bud. -2. In this situation, we draw a card. Pop. 5 lead. Yep. That wasn't going to be the play. Instead, I wanted to play the Rebecca to get back the Laboon from the trash, play the Laboon down, do the thing again, just to pop the Hody. But this works out. Double blockers, Tashigi. Okay. It's the die for. Haven't seen a single one of those off trigger today. So. Get rid of that. What else we got in trash here? Yep. You can play down the Rebecca, take back the Brook. Use the Brook to pop the Uruj, and then use our leader skill to pop the other one. That was crazy. Draw a card. Another Kuzan. Let's go. Oof. Tell you what. This might be weird. Let's go 5 here with lead. This way they will rest the Kuzan. Yep. Guaranteed. We'll ramp up. We'll pass. Because I think if we swung with Kamizo, then Kamizo would have been rested. And then Kuzan would have been rested. You know, because their ability. So. And this way, they got the Shanks down. They kill the Kuzan, and we have another Kuzan in hand. We need the Brook here to clear this, so we're going to have to block. Because if you play Kuzan down, it gives, what, -5? So it's a 4. We use our leader skill, makes it a 2. We swing with Brook, make it a 1. And they rest, what, Kamizo, I would assume? Or Who's Who? Or lead. Because it doesn't matter what they do here. Because Kamizo's ability will still activate. Yep. That's fine. I'm sorry. Yep, -5. Do their skill. -2. Pop. Ramp up. Bonnie did not want to play anymore. And I don't blame her, but still. That was a really good game too. And typically the games do go like that a lot with King into that matchup, as long as Bonnie doesn't see like multiple Hody Jones. That way she's able to just clear the Laboons. She did see 2 in a row, so that did kind of suck. But there are occasions where that happens and you don't have any follow-up. So outside of that, you just got to worry about the Tashigi and have removal to deal with that occasionally. The big moms help you stay alive into the late game. You typically aren't going into life or going into bodies on board. The matchup is a lot more winnable than you might think at first glance. This one, on the other hand, is very challenging outside of playing into aggro decks. Very, very tough matchup here. We do have the Brook. We have not Tashigi, sorry, we have Shirahoshi in hand with no stage. So we're going to play down Shirahoshi. I'd rather play Shirahoshi here versus the Laboon. That way, when Brook swings, we have a body on board to protect it, right? We go 5 lead. We pop this for free. And we go 5 lead as well. Okay, so we get a 2K. Do you have Sanji P? They do, of course they do. Sure. Yep. It doesn't matter what they do here because we have to protect the Brook. And they cannot clear the Brook with removal because they don't typically run removal here. Frankie. Sure. Hey, yo, we get the Onigashima Island. That's really good here too. We'll go ahead and -4 this. Yeah, we have to swing here for 4. Unfortunately, we'll pop that though for free. So that's 2 problem cards gone, or at least 1 problem card gone. Play Island or ramp up, we'll pass. So now we're at 8 Dawn. So we go to 10 with the Kuzan for next turn, in case they play another Sanji P here. And if we can stick Kuzan with Laboon on board, we're cooking. Okay. Luffy down early is crazy. I guess guarding this is okay. Because at least it acts as a pseudo blocker here. And they'll have to clear it anyway. Or they could, I guess, Luffy double swing into both of these characters. Which we don't have the counter for. Go 6 lead, sure. Alright. I think I would have chose to clear board. He didn't use his ability, which is interesting. I see. Okay, Electrical Luna. I always forget about that card. Always. It always happens to me. Every time. Alright. At this moment, I wish I had Kamizo on board. It's tough sometimes, man. So I want to be able to clear the Luffy. He's got 1 Dawn up, so I assume that's going to be like the Gum Gum Giant. We don't have any other blockers on board, so if we play Kuzan here, we lose. Just in case he has another Luffy, right? I think we just lose the game at that point. Because we've got a decent amount of counter, but still not enough, I don't think. Now we can play Kamizo down, or we can play the Sabo. I think Kamizo is a little greedy, but it does guarantee us to clear both bodies on board. Because we can run, you know, King into the Frankie for 7, which is fine. You know what? Let's attack first, just in case. Let's just attack first. If we go 6 seems pretty good, but I think 7 is going to be guaranteed. And this will just play Kamizo down after this. Does he have the Giant? Or is he going to let it go? Just let it go. I mean, he could save it, because we can't really clear the Luffy with a rushing it. We have to, you know, use some sort of removal. Hey, cool. Awesome. Works out. Go -4 here. We'll do the thing. Boop and boop. Draw a card. And then we'll pop that. Ramp up. Pass turn. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. But still, man. If he has another Rush Luffy, we just lose. Like right here, we just lose. Okay, we're at 0. Now we have no choice. Nice. I mean, we do clear anything on board that they decide to play down with the double Laboon. But still, I think now we have to do double blocker. So we'll go 5, 5, and 5, 5, 5. All the 5s this turn. Just to try to get cards out of hand. Okay. Do you have another one? Of course you do. That's 3 2K counters. 4 2K counters. I think this will allow us to save. Because these can at least eat up both swings from Luffy. And we should have enough counter in hand to deal with the leader swing. It just feels bad to drop the Shirahoshi without having a body to, you know, minus the cost. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, that's really, really good. We'll drop this, and I think we'll get rid of the Hina here. This allows us to draw another card, which could be a 2K counter, which is a little bit more beneficial to us. The Hina we don't really need right now, because we have double Laboon. Alright, boys and girls, here's the turn. This is it. Make it or break it right here. Of course he has the Luffy. Of course he does. Yep. We'll give you the 2K. Now what do you do? I mean, he does have 6 Dawn, so it's a potential that he has another Luffy in hand. Okay, good. We're chilling. 8 here. We'll guard out. And I will guard here with Sabo. Actually, we don't need to guard with Sabo, do we? We can actually... No, it doesn't really matter if we guard with Sabo or not, because we have the Rebecca that bring back Sabo from trash, so we don't have to use the 0-cost event. And we have the means of removing him on board anyway, so... We'll do the thing, grab the Sabo back. I won't play anything off that. 3 Dawn open. We need to play Sabo here. Ooh, those are really good draws. We got double 0 costs, by the way, just like out of those pools. He knows we have the Kuzan, if I remember. I thought he did. I don't remember how we even got that one. If we drew it or we played an event. I don't remember. Okay. -3. -2. Which makes him a 1. Oh, wait. Never mind. Messed up. I clicked the wrong button. I meant to use the other skill. To give him -2. So now we have to use the Laboon. Which kind of sucks, because that's another swing that we don't have to swing into him for. Oh wait, never mind, he's 6K. That's my bad. Ignore me. Man, that extra draw, I think that just lost us the game. Because all I had to do was -2 on him, and that was it. And then we were chilling. So I think we just lost the game right then and there. Just for doing that. But you know what? I'm gonna say we won the game if we didn't hit the wrong button. You know, I think we were fine. Because that would have been popped. We have double blocker on board. We have a decent amount of hand for our counter here. We were chilling. I think we were golden. We don't have another Rebecca here, so we'll guard the first one. We'll give you the 2K. Yep. And then we have to block or dump our whole hand. Okay. Goes 7. I guess we just guard with Sabo. And we give you a 2K. There's no reason for us to give you the whole hand. But yeah, man, I think I think if we decided to do the -2 and click the right button, we were chilling. Absolutely chilling. I mean, Jack's not bad. If we play Jack here, what happens? We just do the double cost with Laboon. Yep. So that makes him a 4. If we use leader skill, we'd have to use -2, which is fine. Instead of drawing a card, we'll pop it with Kamizo. We'll pop the other one. I guess it really doesn't matter here, huh? The 0 cost event is a little bit better. Oh, snap. Yeah, if he has another Luffy, we lose. So I don't think there's any way around it. Yep. We'll ramp. We'll go 6 here as well. I really think that misplay just lost us the game here. There's the Luffy. Good game, man. Well played. Because now we don't have enough counter in hand either. And if we got rid of the Brook, or sorry, the 0 cost event, we could have guarded this swing and then... Nah, I don't think it mattered, right? No, it wouldn't have mattered. Because we just guard here, or we guard from hand, and he swings twice with Luffy. So. Because we could have used that turn for more attacks. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Restands. You got it. Well played. You know, it's super nice just to be able to show you guys victories and losses. I've noticed that some people, when they do their do content and stuff, they only upload wins, right? Not always do you get to see losses and why you lost and what you should have done. So I mean, I try to include as much as I can with both, just to give you guys that other perspective here. Oof. This is gonna be a tough game. Now that I think about it. The amount of aggro this deck can do sometimes is crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and get that ramp up real quick. But yeah, like the amount of aggro that this deck can do is kind of nuts. Especially if he's able to chain like the Jewelry Bonnies and slow down my Dawn curve on like those important moments. It can be a problem. But a lot of his bodies are like, 5 and under typically. So I can kind of pop them willy-nilly with a Kamizo and a Laboon. Jewelry Bonnie. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm -2 Dawn, give Jewelry Bonnie -2 and pop it for free. Like, it happens. Just, I gotta stay on top of the board here. Yep. He has no removal for big bodies either, so their Kuzan is just, he's just free reign. At least all game. Hey, you know what? We'll ramp up here. That's actually pretty good. Because now we're at 5 Dawn. We go to 7 next turn. Which is kind of crazy. Another Kuzan. So, we're definitely playing Kuzan this game, apparently. We don't have any way of popping the Cavendish right now. So we just have Laboon on board for free, I hope. Just let it go. You don't need it. You've got one more. That's fine. Alright, fair. What can we get here? I guess we're taking another Laboon. I mean, it gives him a little bit of information. If only we can take Brook. But yeah, we give him a little bit of information here. Because we're going to play Laboon anyway. And then we have another Laboon in case he's able to clear this one. Ramp up. And now we're at 8 Dawn. So next turn we have Kuzan already. And I believe he's on 6. So that's kind of fast, man. I mean, some decks are a little bit quicker, but we did see the ramp off life. Which is nice. If that had been like, it's the die for, we'd have ramped twice because he has a Kuzan on board. Or sorry, because he has a Cavendish on board. So we've been at 9 Dawn this turn. And then going to the 10 next anyway. Alright, plays Law, bounces back. Probably going to play that back down to draw an extra card. Swings with Cavendish, restands Dawn, does law things. And he has a Jewelry Bonnie in life, right? Calling it. Okay, alright, yeah, sure. I can see that. If we counter, he probably swings Leader into it. And that's fine. Because it's kind of going to be a pseudo blocker for this turn anyway. It's just unfortunate we got to do it like this. We give him the 2K. I want him to work for it a little bit, you know? Sure. You got it, buddy. Now what do you do? Yep. You're going to play another Cavendish on board. Really? Sure. I hope he knows that effect doesn't work anymore. As long as both Cavendishes are on board, he can't restand on. No, he gonna learn today. Definitely gonna learn today. Ooh, man. If we play this down, we just clear the law. Or we play the Big Mom down, put the law into life. What do you think's better? At least for next turn, right? Because we have the Big Mom for next. We definitely clear this. We don't want to remove the Cavendish. I want to force him to bounce it back to hand. Yep. Use our ability, draw a card. Jack. Which is actually pretty good now. Now that we have Kuzan on board. I just don't know if we're going to be in a healthy state in order to develop Jack and be fine. Because he does have 3 swings this turn. Yep. You don't get the restand, buddy. There's a Hina. Can I stop getting no counter, please? There's Law. Bounces the Cavendish, so he's learned. There's the Jewelry Bonnie. He's got 3 blockers on board. Goes 6. So that means Law can swing in again for 8. We'll pop a blocker here. So 2 blockers left. Yep. Smoker in life. Which is fine, because he can't do anything with that, because it's not a supernova, so I don't have to worry about that either. And we'll try to play around that next turn, actually. I can't go to 0 here. We just lose if we do that. Not what I wanted to see either. We're going to have to play down the Big Mom. And I'll put the Law into bottom of life. Leave Smoker on top, so he can't do shenanigans unless he puts something else on his life here. Well, yeah, because if we jack, we just kill the Law and then draw a free card. I'd rather heal, though. So he does have access to Rush, being like a 10-cost ace or what have you. I am not sure why that card flipped face up. Or face down. I don't know why that happened. That is a weird interaction. I don't think I've ever seen that. But okay. Like, that was pretty weird, right? It must be bugged, I'm assuming. Another Big Mom. Love to see that, actually. Because that just allows us to be able to heal up and stay alive until the late game. Or, it's already a late game, but you know what I mean. Why don't you give me the Bonnie blocker? Thank you. So far, so good, boys. We're hanging in there. We've got a board established. We don't really have a hand at all at this moment in time. Plays down Bonnie to freeze the Kuzan. Interesting. I will keep this. We actually got some counter for once. Crazy. There's a Law. So it goes back up to 3 life. Yep. Sure. 6 lead. I got no choice besides use 0-cost event here. Which is kind of awkward, but okay. Jewelry Bonnie. I mean, if you want to go down to 2, okay, never mind. I don't know what's happening, but I'm feeling like I see all but top in. Or sorry, everything I'm seeing is top in right now. I'm not mad about it, because it's allowing me to stay alive in the game, but still, no counter is kind of nuts. Bottom of life here. Can I draw something decent? No, I can draw another searcher. Okay, we'll go 6 here. And then next turn he plays Doflamingo, right? What if, you know? Some decks are running it. I don't know. Maybe he's spicy today. He's feeling it. Just let it go. You need 5,000 counter. Or 4K. Math. Math is hard sometimes. That's Capone and X-Drake. Something tells me we need to clear Cavendish as soon as possible, because he's probably going to do some shenanigans here. Imagine double Bonnie. Oh, never mind. Your boy's going heavy. He's not going to attack face. He's trying to clear a body on board. Yep. 12 there. You got it. Sure. He's got to swing lead with Cavendish and then go 9 into Big Mom. Yep. You got it. Shirahoshi. That feeling he goes 5. Oh, he can't. He just played her. Never mind. Ooh, we can protect this. Law blocker? Nope, Jewelry Bonnie. Frozen. Man, you're so good at this game. There's a Sabo. If we play the Kuzan, we pop a character on board, then hopefully Lillian can get the other one. Or do we just play a third Big Mom? That way King can swing into the Cavendish. I think we should play a third Big Mom. I know it's weird. But, 2 life. And we take those. Come on, guard out for me. Thank you. How about again? Sweet. That's my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I mean, I did. I clicked it, but that's my fault. I thought we already used leader skill, but then I remembered. We haven't played Big Mom yet. If we play Big Mom like we were supposed to, then we could have leader skill to draw an extra card. But that's my fault. Bottom of life face up. And we'll pass the turn. Boom, boom. There we go. Much better. Alright. I mean, we got a board now. We definitely have a board. And we got rid of the second Kuzan, so he's going to go heavy to the Big Mom. Yep. It's okay, we have 2 more. We can let this happen. You're welcome. Is that 5? He goes 10 into Mom, maybe? Nope, Luffy. Another Cavendish. He probably wants a leader skill here, if I had to guess. But what does he play if that's the case? Yep. Okay. There's an Apu. So he has 1 blocker on board. Do your worst, Law. Do your worst. 6 lead. Give you the 2. Alright, boys. Let's get there. We're at 9. 2 Kuzans in trash. Not looking great. But I don't think it matters here. Because we also need to clear the Apu. Or sorry, the Bonnie on board. Can we get that first, please? Nice. We got the Apu. How about this time? Cool. Alright, we won the game. I know it might be a little early, but we got this. Play the Sabo down. Awful. Can we do our our minus Dawn and draw an extra card? That's great. Please. Something good. I mean, I'll take that. Go 5 lead. There's the Cavendish. He got that earlier off the Luffy search. Hody. That's kind of spooky, but you don't have enough to kill me here. That's the first Hody we've seen all game. 6 here, or 2 here, sorry. That's math. Does he clear the Sabo? Please clear the Sabo. Pretty please clear the Sabo. I mean, you stack 2 Dawn on Hody, you go Sabo. Just do it. Goes for the mom. That's awkward. But you can have it. So I think in this scenario, no matter what, he's going to attack in the Sabo anyway. We need the 2k counter to protect it. Actually, no, we can let this go. And then we can play Rebecca Sabo again. And then swing 10 in the Hody Jones with the Big Mom. I'd rather not give him the cards in my hand there. Because Rebecca is pretty good. There's no way you bounce the fish. Do not bounce the fish. I mean, please bounce the fish. Go ahead. Wow, he actually did. Sure. I definitely feel like that was stupid, but, you know, hey, each their own. They have another 7-drop Law in hand, so they have another means of healing next turn. And right now, we can't end the game. Oh, that was a lot of counter. Let's go 9 here. Yep. Ooh, this is rough. We have to do it this way, though. Get the Sabo back. Choose nothing. Play Sabo down. Ooh, man. We dropped the Kaido and the Kuzan. I'd rather keep the Big Mom just so we can heal up again. We'll draw again. It's the die for. We don't need that. And then next turn, we possibly can win the game. That might be wishful thinking, but maybe. Okay, never mind. Another Hody Jones. I forgot he still had the Hody from the bounce back earlier. But he might have just lost the game for himself by doing that. He might have lost it. Gonna go 9, 10, 10 here. We have to guard this. And it doesn't look like he has any extra blockers to play this turn other than the Law that's already on board. We don't need the Sabo, I don't think. Because the moment we have any form of removal, we're chilling. But, just in case he tries to swing, I want him to see if he'll swing into it. That'd be great. Oh, I guess he won't because he's at 0 life, right? Never mind. I spoke too soon. You got it. Why on earth did he do that? Is he just assuming that I had removal for the Law? I think he was. Well, we'll go 19. Good game. That hand, though. Well played. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the end of the video in which today we played around with King in OP10 EB02, in which I did have a lot of fun. I typically do when I am playing this leader. Unfortunately, like I mentioned in the beginning of the intro, King is not necessarily going to be like a top tier meta deck, unfortunately. He hasn't really seen support for a while since he's come out in OP08. We're going into OP11 here soon, and it's not looking good for your boy. So, unless they have a Kaido deck that they're going to drop here at some point that gives Animal Kingdom Pirates some support, King is probably going to be where he is now. And that's just, it's sad to say. But there's a lot of leaders out there at this moment in time who are not getting the support they need. And instead we're just getting reprinted leaders over and over and over again. Like the amount of Luffys that we've seen now is kind of outrageous. You guys are going to have 2 Luffys going into OP11 for next set that are just dominating the format, for example, you know. But hey, man, if that's your thing, that's your thing. Either way, this list, I've had a lot of fun with this one. Definitely could use some improvements when it comes to new cards, but this is probably what I would be running as of now. If I were to take King to a bigger tournament, this is what I would be cooking up. Of course, we would be using the other searcher outside of the It's the Die For. So instead of the It's the Die For, we'd be doubling in on this one drop searcher. That way we can find out some more big moms, you know, later down the road if we need to find them. But this is it, man. This is the King build. I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. You can compare this one to some of my previous King iterations here on the channel. I've done numerous different variations of King, man. I've had a lot of fun with this deck. There's so many different ways you can build this one. You know, you got yourself with, this was way back in the day with the Moria, but you got yourself your 8-drop Sabo, which perhaps could be pretty good at this moment in time if Tashigi wasn't a thing, right? Because you drop the Sabo down, you got to pop the Tashigi, and then his other effect can't be activated because you got to kill the Tashigi first. So if you're playing against a green deck, this ain't the way to do it. Any other deck, this could get around, but there's going to be a lot of green decks in the current metagame. Smoker, Luffy, Bonnie, all of them have access to green. All of them have access to the Tashigi. So Sabo's probably not the best at this moment in time. Of course, Ice Age is gone, but you had options with like the Black Maria into the 6-drop Kaido, or sorry, the 10-drop Kaido. But again, if Tashigi's on board, you -6 down for no reason, because you can't KO the whole field. Or Rosinante, you can't KO the whole field. So there's numerous different ways to build King though, and I've done so many, man. I've had a lot of fun with this. I tried playing around with the Rob Lucci aspects. Again, no Ice Age, old list. We got Soap Sheep here, which can work out, but each their own. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was a lot longer than it normally would be when it comes to King. The previous one, I went like super in depth on combinations and combos in the intro, and we played like 2 games. This one you guys got like 5 or 6 if I remember. So I do hope you enjoyed. Remember to smash that like button so we get these videos floating around. This has been Pawseplays. Hopefully I will catch you guys in the very next video. Good luck on your upcoming treasure cups. I will see y'all later. I'm gonna head out.